I'm live. Hello, Destiny Shapers. I might wait a minute to see if anyone comes up. Normally I don't. It's usually you catch me after. Rita here, Coyote Heart, Destiny Shaper, and so are you. We're living during really amazing times. It is April 1st today. A whole new month, a fresh month. Many intuitives were pretty well known, and some not so much. They think something wonderful is going to happen this month. April's a pretty big deal. We have Easter, I think early actually, this year. Those who celebrate traditional Easter. And the planet has been having lots of light sent to it. There's a spiritual war going on between dark and light, good and evil, just like that of a Marvel comic. And there are amazing people on the leading edge who are amazing to follow, bright, articulate. Many are educated. Many are educated from a different point of view. Some have traveled the world and have wealth, and some are acquired, if not wealth, then certainly public standing where people have got to know their work, either by being online first, and then sort of what they did in recent past trickle in. You have people like Mark Atwood, who worked for the British military but left it early. Saw many signs of things that were really incongruent and weird, and he was at odds to continue, and certainly was pursued to stay in the military because of his special gifts and abilities in the field that he chose, which I believe he was able to fly planes extremely well, and parachute really well. Beyond that, I don't know the right name to call it, but he's a bit of a poet, songwriter, and truth seeker. You have someone like Magenta Pixie in the UK as well. Actually, Mark Atwood is in Ireland right now, but he's British. And you have someone like Magenta Pixie in England, who's clairvoyance. I mean, she's clairaudient. She hears. She speaks to a collective called the Nine. Really brilliant. Has a creative background and is a writer. And she has come forward to share many current insights, which, having written several books or pamphlets prior to this date, they've all been coming true. And she's one to follow for. In the psychic world, she's one of the top people, I would say, to follow for. Some accuracy and gentility, and being not mincing words, and yet being very forthright, clear, compelling, and truly a humanitarian. Not aimed to harm your heart, even if in a different point of view. Just very clear and straightforward, and gives it to you as she hears it. Both of those people I just mentioned, very transparent in their lives and their personal lives and things that they're dealing with during these times. It's like we are all one family, we are all connected, and yet with so many points of view. Today I got off a Reiki share with a woman I only met through a Zoom Reiki healing group, and we had a Reiki share on each other. She, for example, let me know she got the vaccine, and while my antenna went up for that because I am not, and I was concerned about radiation, I just have to be protected. I also have several types of little stones with me that would help. There's another technique I was going to share with you, which is not my technique. It was something brought in by Agenda Pixie. I didn't use that. It's not meant to harm anybody. It's actually meant to repel anything that would be extremely negative, which in my point of view, getting a vaccine is negative, but it's the radiation and the content of the mind. How can I put it? It's like the radiation that they're giving people, and some of the vaccines that are the particular technology is intelligent technology and does want to infiltrate not only the subject, but when, as it can to transmit it to others. Because we are projectors and transmitters walking around. We are an energy unit walking around. And these are things to come to know, just like I'm getting into crystals more because I've been observing and hearing and knowing, and I decided weeks ago, and I knew this a long time ago, but it's come to my forefront that it's something I want to do, to work with crystals. And permanently I'm going to be working with crystals, but I'm going to be selling crystals because this is a wave of our future on this planet, because crystals are innately powerful, intelligent, and they were given to us on this earth to use in magnifying and attracting what we are sending out, but also in health and beauty. And I'm getting a call. Let's see. I'm letting that go. Somebody wants me to buy the house. They can leave a message. So they're really potent, easy, accessible tools and friends. Now, I have heard someone who believes in the Bible who volunteered and said, "Oh, my sister, she uses crystals and she does curses and she does spells and she does all these bad, evil, whatever." I'm saying bad, evil. He was actually saying she's really not centered. And I said again, and I'll say to you, these are tools from the earth. We have seeds we eat from whatever we eat. It could be apples or watermelons or pears. If we are mindful enough, those seeds from the fruit we eat go back into the earth, not into the garbage, they're going to grow. And if we were just such indigenous planters, and that was just our mainstay, and we didn't live in houses, but we traveled in our communities, we might be going to the bathroom outside, and through our going to the bathroom, we would also let seeds go that way, a very natural way, and they also would continue the planting cycle. So I'm mentioning those two things. I'm mentioning a couple of other podcasts which are in the description. One is a Sasha Stone, the Lazarus, and I forgot to put down another really important one, but I'll tell them about it. This is the Lazarus, I'm trying to pull up the name. I am. Now I want to say this. The Lazarus Initiative. So Sasha Stone is internationally known as a truther. He's many, many things. I don't even know his official title, except he's had access and relationship to knowing the most amazing, and they would be controversial topics and subjects that absolutely have happened. And he's been guests of dignitaries and gotten to secret places that no one else can get in. He's quite articulate, extremely intelligent, very humane, really forthright, and does mean to do absolutely the right thing for humanity. So he has a channel, and he's basically he's on Rumble. I know he's on Rumble. This will stream on YouTube best it can. But it's Sasha with a S-A-C-H-A. It's a guy, Sasha Stone. He's worth following every bit. But this particular podcast was almost 4 hours, and I got to see only about half of it. And so I want to listen to the rest because the doctors on it were amazing. They really, I know, I think both doctors have had either one has a foundation, the other one does one privately. Both have been targeted, if not had assassination attempts on their lives and or the reputations ruined. One woman was married to an extremely high up official who was assassinated in this country. And it's all about sharing the truth and giving to the people, to the masses, what is being hidden, or so hidden if you go to research it, Amazing people, and you can look up some of the stuff too. And some of the stuff is hard to find, granted. But through paying attention to these podcasts and becoming someone who follows, and actually by our chats and by our leaving messages, we'll get responded to. I didn't list him here, but Jason Shurka, he's doing everything to lead humanity to a community that cares and is really bright, uplifted, spiritual, and owning their power, stepping into their light, embracing that. Now, he and I may disagree on things. I think we slightly disagree on one thing, but I would mention it's just that he's off with stuff through chat. I know how I behave with other things, but his office is so integral, and they will get in touch with you. And amazing, kind, again, transparently clear people. These are the people you want to follow on YouTube. These are the people that are all interconnected and becoming friends and making this a global unit, a unification of kindred spirits that, hey, we may not always agree, but we are for free speech. We are for embracing diversity. We are not diversity like based on the untruths, based on things that come to light that should be looked at and seen and shown, because we really need to know our thousands of years history. So I would say to catch that podcast, it was the official launch of the Lazarus, just like the man from the Bible, Lazarus Initiative. And I did post a link to that in the description to show more. I did post a link to a Magenta Pixie offer. It may have been on detoxification, it may have been on the Black Flame, and other protections. Now, granted, when you start following her collective that she speaks to her, they talk a little funky, but if you follow her, it'll start to make sense, and it'll start to really, be coherent, and it's super helpful. And she is one that will say, of course. I mean, she is not to diss either sides. She embraces it and will speak to the truth, and will she lend to uplifting hearts. And these are people, super integral, who want to find it. Now, there are many other people not mentioned. This channel that I follow sometimes, they're not well known. There's a couple of them, but I'll just say this one: New Earth Ascending Consciousness. Not maybe specifically God's. They're not famous and followers like these other channels, but they have a lot of good information. And they're regular people into their own expansion, ascension, and they are looking at how to make their lives fuller, richer, wealthier, happier, healthier, and lend in service to all. And these are people you want to follow. These are people you want to seek out, not the ones that just want to point a finger at. You still have some work to do, so you better straighten up yourself. And nothing on me. No, it's not like that. If you are truly into rising your vibration or raising your vibration, take a look at all aspects of that. The shadow part, or the uncomfortable part, if someone says something, if you get cut off, is it yours, is it theirs, and what part of it is yours, and how articulate you are, what you can do to have a conversation around that. And if it is someone else's, whatever, but it hits you, it's good to create a conversation. It doesn't make anybody wrong. In fact, it makes both parties probably correct, because both are having an experience, more than many, and you just address it. You address it because if it hits you, it's for you to clear up something, and it's for them to know that, hey, some of that belongs to you, and I'm just saying, it hit me. So it is for us to collectively come together, share authentically, do our best not to take offense, because it's really not about offending, it's about growth-filled. How growth-filled do you want to be? So even with the stuff that's going on, do you know what the Kabbalah is? Do you know what the Illuminati is? Do you know what the vaccine agenda is? Do you know about vaccine agendas? Do you know about the Agenda 201? Do you know about the Secret Space Force? Do you know about the Black Secret Space Force? Do you know about the reptilian agenda? Do you know about gematria, whether it's English or the Hebrew? Do you know about curses and spells? Do you know that the word is your wand? What is your wand? Do you know about crystals and their use, where they are in the world, and they're in everything and you? What else I wanted? My crystals from Australia are on the way. I think they were shipped today. I will be dialoguing more crystals around that. Yes, I'm with the crystal business. he asked to pull some funds together so I can order my loose teas, figure out how I want to present that to you, figure out a little bit on the crystal shows. Gonna go back and at some point this April, in April, I'm gonna have a little show. I'm gonna pull out one thing anyway. Yeah, Miss Southwest Renge, there she is. Has a little bit on the back, and my little Coyote Heart loves you. I would call this probably an 8 by 10. It does have a border, and it does have a backing here, but it is canvas. You could get it actually typically gallery wrapped in framers. I left it loose like this so you can enjoy and do as you wish. It can be shipped to another as a present, or just framed as it is, or gallery wrapped. This is on canvas. They can come in watercolor paper, archival watercolor paper. But I have them on canvas because a lot of people, in my history like those two. They're both two different books. It's up to you which one you want. But this is what I have. I have my price list floating around here somewhere, but you can just get in touch with each other if you're interested in this magical happy snake from Coyote Heart, Southwest Art and Design. And yes, I was making, oh my God, I think I might have shared. I wrecked my, I can't use this. Started to finish my card, but inside I kind of have a little bit of a hiccup, I think. I don't know I don't know, but maybe I can salvage it. I got some ink in places that I'm not really happy about. It's not that it's super bad, I mean it's homemade, but I got some ink there. I don't want to do that. And I got some ink. Who the heck knows? Transfer it here. So what I'm going to do with my card is basically, I'm going to save them. I'm going to cut out the parts I like and transfer it on another card. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was stamping, but I think I need to stamp on a separate piece. And then I still could stamp on the envelope, whatever inside. Just sometimes they're funky, they leak or whatever. But yeah, so coming your way. I've already sent some as a present to another. And this, whoops, I just dropped something. This is going to be on a card. I'm going to kind of layer it. And then stack it all here. This one I think is blank inside too. No, it's not. Part of my poem. Every day is the chance to play. Pull from possibilities many ways. Just when it seems like the path has disappeared, miracles appear for you, my dear. And that's part of my song. So it's from a song I wrote. And what else I want to tell you, I had a little bit of list. So I did my crystals, I did my art, I did my that. I really just wanted to encourage that this is a time to create. I think I also have it in the description to show. So I'm almost done with my Michael Sandler notes, but I do have about 45 minutes to go taking notes. And I want to just offer you something about manifestation as far as I've got. So I'm just looking at the best that I have. How about if you or I, you could pick the morning, you could pick at night, but since dream state is a really good time when you're putting the world of the day to rest, and you will more than likely astral travel or be taught lessons, and I will address that in a second. But as you fall asleep or as you get comfy, if you would spend some time in your sacred bubble, sacred place, Michael Sandler calls it a space capsule. He calls it a space capsule because what he invites you to use this analogy with is that you're in your space capsule. A space capsule is amazing because it could be anywhere on the planet, on the Earth. It could be up in the sky. It could be on any other planet or outside. But it's your sacred space capsule. It could be anywhere. And usually, it wouldn't be up in the there, we're gonna be floating, happy. And out of the windows, you can see whatever it is you want, whatever you want to create. So if you can do that, with state of bliss, happiness, joy, fun, and in that state, whatever it is you desire, and let's say you desire any color, and let's say you know you want it to be white, you want it to be bigger, more like an SUV. Or let's say you want it to be like a 4x4, and let's say you wanted to have those fancy things inside that tell you that cars are coming, whatever they call it. And that it's gonna seat 4 people easily and have an excellent back area for storage, and that there'll even be a what do you call it, like a roof thing for keeping stuff on top so you can travel, and a sunroof or a moonroof, whatever you want to call it. And you don't have to have leather seats. You can never be as specific. I don't want leather seats. For me, I want the vehicle line that tests the lace on animals. Because as an aside, all the car companies test on live animals. So they strap in Mr. Pig, they strap in Mr. Dog, they strap in Mr. Cat, for sure. They might use other animals, or they just have them lying around because, what else do you do with animals? You don't know what to do with. I guess just kill them. So they strap them in, and then they proceed to have their car rigged, or they rig it to travel 90 fucking miles an hour to smash into a wall. Well, what do you think happens when something that is sitting in the back seat, smashing into a brick wall 90 fucking miles an hour? What do you think? Nothing. You don't think. So that is how our cars are stained with blood. Just saying. We all are carrying some energy that we need to understand. So let's go back to the space capsule where it's really fun. So think about, in case, a car. Maybe you want a car. Maybe you want a sailboat or a speedboat. Maybe you just want a brand new dog. Maybe you want to finish a college education in a place where people are not afraid of vaccines, masks, viruses, and there's less control. Maybe you want to attract that environment that is super amazing, expansive, and bright and honorable. But whatever it is, whether it's to be in a castle, or to buy a hut, or to travel the world, and I'm just using a little example of a car, in some parts of the car that I want, you just kind of feel that. What does that feel like? What does it feel like to touch it? Oh, cool. Straight to the side, like that. Open the door, sit in it. All right, it smells good. It's not overly stuffy. It doesn't smell chemical in here. It doesn't smell like too much leather seats. You may want leather seats. I don't. You can envision your pets with you, or whether you would give a ride to, or you can see yourself driving down the highway, enjoying the vistas, the place that you want to go to, and you can see you loading up your new car in such a way that you're moving, you're going camping, you're going to go to a new destination. It feels good. Doesn't it feel good? Just breathe it in, and you can play with that for a while as you fall asleep and say, "Thank you. This feels great." Because you, as an energy being, a sponge, a magnet, a projector, are projecting it out, and it's properly informed already, and it's coming back to you. So when you pick up that vision again, it's coming closer to you, and you can even say stuff like, "So let's say you don't have $36,000 to pay for this, or $52,000, or $3,000, or $160 to pay for this." Just put it in there like, all my needs are met. I have enough. I am enough. Put it in there. And you can say, this is for my highest good, the good of all, and it is this or something better. And I'm so excited about it. And just keep playing with your imagination about that. Because imagination, as Einstein says, is the secret to unlock so much. I paraphrase. Yeah. So lose yourself in what Michael Sandler says, from whom he studied, lose yourself in the future already risen. Lose yourself in the future already risen. Do it around these pandemic times. I can't even COVID, fake COVID. Every mammal has COVID in their body. Every cat, dog, bird, people. You're born with it. Get over yourself. And I know that sounds weird because some people have had COVID. Sure, you have, because it's a bioweapon, and you already have it in your body. And we have flus. There was the Spanish flu in 1918. Went around the world. How did it go around the world so fast? 1918. When there weren't super fast boats and planes and cars, but it went everywhere all at once. Psychological plan. Planted in your head. Programming. Just saying, don't have to agree with me. Oh, look, by the way, let me just get rid of this little dot. 318798. Grab-a-boy numbers. Financial increase, financial abundance. I haven't done that. I think I put that in the description too. If you go there, in the show more, it'll tell you exactly how to use these numbers. It'll tell you exactly what you need to say. That link might only be about just under 2 or 3 minutes long. You have to do it again because the key is to say this 28 times, not 14. So that's why you have to do it again. So it's short, 6 minutes, and there's a little statement to say. It's all written there right for you. If you go to that YouTube site, do it. This man is amazing. I've mentioned him before. Grigorian Grabovoi, amazing scientist, amazing mathematician. It's not numerology to shrink down to one unit. It's codes on codes, energy, frequency, vibration. If you know the Bible, and like you say, oh, chapter 45, Isaiah, section 2, verse 7, numbers matter. There's a harmonic sequence to body as numbers, harmonic sequence to illnesses or blessings that are numbers. Colors have numbers. Songs have a frequency to them. It's really important. In other words, even the Schumann resonance is rising. We're rising. Numbers are important. You don't know how to add, just be open. Numbers are important. They carry with them power. Tone carries power. Tone carries power. And today, if you go back and are willing to look at that Sasha Stone Lazarus initiative, there are about 7 people interviewed. Amazing. And try not to let the science, catch you up. I don't know what you're talking about. Just listen, because there's a lot that the people that know what they know about are talking. It's a lot. I mean, almost every other word you go, oh, okay, I have to look at the definition of what it means. That's okay. That's okay. What's his name? Thomas Brown. Gotta look him up. He's amazing. Very knowledgeable. Very planet Earth studies, frequency, energy, vibration. David Sereda. Powerful person. Has done the work. I mean, a life of meditation and yoga, science studies, and walking the talk. And just his mind works brilliantly for frequency, energy, vibration, and mathematical frequencies. I mean, what you know yourself, go look at. And if you're someone that it's over my head, okay, just take a breath. Since it's not the live, you can stop it. You can make just notes of words and just keep listening because there's other brilliant people on that. So it's about 4 hours, yeah, but that's like your movie. That's like your classroom. There's so many brilliant people, not in the fucking mainstream media. I'm not sure. The fucking mainstream media, the lying fucking mainstream media in every land, in every country. But there are a few implants that will be waking up, and they're going to be telling the truth because something switched. They either can't lie anymore, they woke up from the program, something in them where they had an epiphany, some not all, but key ones enough that will say certain things. And they're here to shape you and fill you with humanity, to remind you of your soulfulness. Some of you have sold over already because you haven't believed, because your vaccines, and some are placebos, and most will have some code of radiation, and I'm sorry. The day of me crying about my family or people I care about having a fucking vaccine is over, but my heart is here for you. Because you're going to need people who have known things and want to know more and want to know the truth to lean to help. For people who have had vaccines and are spiritual and thought, because of your own belief system, that that was the right thing to do, it may very well be absolutely the right thing to do, of course. But you have been those who go first so that more of humanity can make up. I could be wrong. The blonde could be wrong. Sure. Some wrong. But I'm willing to risk giving you information that I've heard and trust, or I've looked at and trust, or I'm willing to go first and say, I'm me. I'm the one who don't wear a mask. I'm not going to. If there was really something I need to get somewhere that I've got to, maybe. But I think I'd rather adopt being a raccoon pirate. Raccoons are very, very ambitious. They get into a lot of things. And pirates you don't mess with. I'd like to be a raccoon pirate, and I adopted that from Huna Flash. He's a raccoon pirate, and I want to be like him. Look him up. He's amazing too. He is all love and beautiful light. Not the wrong light, not the wrong love, not the wrong side of the street. He's for amazing goodness. He loves everybody. Even if he's in altercation with you, he sends light and he's in your face and stands his ground. That's what we need to do. Show the light, be the love, stand your ground. But I got more to say, but I want to get on and do some homework about getting my manifestation notes down. One more thing. Merkaba is in there. Merkaba, I put Merkaba in. So let me go get my little example so far of the Merkaba that I have. I'm going to look up something, so hang on with me for a minute. I want to get this right, because this is new for you too. Let's see. I get these text notices that say people are buying me presents. That's so full of shit. God bless them. So full of crap. They don't buy me. They don't buy me a phone. The person who bought me a phone would call me and tell me they bought me a phone. They would email. They would not send me a text that I can't get back to. Really? Okay. Let's let this up. I want to. Hang on 1 second. That's my cat this thing. Okay. Because I want to show you. I just have a tiny Merkaba right now. Come on. Oh, so gorgeous. Oh, my kitties are sleeping. They're so good. They're like cats for like 2 adults. They're like 2 little chihuahuas. All right, Merkaba. Let's see. Can you see it? So it's like 2 pyramids going through each other. They're like this. Right? You can see that. There's a pyramid. Upside down. Look. You'll get the drift. And then, right. So it's multi-sided. So this is like mind, body, spirit. It's kind of like a special crystal. I think it helps with portals. So Mer means light, Ka means spirit, Ba means body. This is for super protection, galactically, spiritually, from evil, from all harm. You can actually wire wrap. I could actually wire wrap this and wear that. I was just thinking of purchasing one. Doing that, although I might be able to find. If I can find a wire wrap to do this. There's a huge Merkaba down the street from me that I was thinking I might go get. She wants it's a pretty good price. It's all right. So I might go do that. But I wanted to bring this up to you because you're going to find that so energy and light will rotate around your body. And see if it continues here. Using meditation, the Merkaba is a source of power and enlightenment. It helps you realize that a person realize your full potential, can connect you with the goodness within you and your higher being. The field of light, love, goodwill can also extend to others, thereby enveloping them in the same healing energy. The Merkaba can also be used to transcend to other dimensions of realities. So you're going to see a lot of people that believe in the Galactic Federation of Worlds, where these very spiritual people who are working with crystals, working with protection, they're going to be using these. I also bought some chameleon, very small pieces, and I bought some red jasper, and I bought a couple of things I can't remember, just little pieces, waiting for my other stuff to come in, because as I put a little cash on the side, I'm going to get some hunks I really like and some other things for selling that everyone should carry in their pocket. Like I have these little bags. This one actually has got pretty wrapped. But what I would do when I'm getting crystals, or sending crystals, I either have a little container that they would come in, or I'm going to send my stuff to you as well in something like this. So you can actually keep it on your person in your pocket. Wear it for protection. Could be underneath your shirt. I have orgonite and rose quartz here. Heart. I think there's hematite in here and lapis as well. Some little bits. It's going to be really important. Crystals are the way of the future. Crystals in your ring, crystals in your body, crystals in the earth, crystals in every single device. And I'm going to see if there's a wrap that would be good for this. If there is, I'm going to buy a Merkaba down the street. It's a big honker. So I don't know where I want to wear that one all the time or this one, but there's also Merkabas on Etsy, and they come with chains. Sometimes you can get them with just a little bit of a little wire, a little insertion that they already had. So let me just say, from what I understand from a good friend that I buy the crystals for me, who lives in Australia, this is Lily Shears. I was speaking, like I really like seeing the points on the Merkaba. But sometimes when you are going to buy one, you might see them rounded and not so pointy. Don't worry about that. First, it's your intention. Second of all, it's the shape that they're made, because what it does signify and mean, you're going to be fine. And if there is the metal in there, don't worry. That's not going to stop the intention and power of what these are. So it's all up to you, like what size you want to wear, or what you want to have, if you want the size you want to keep by you, travel with. Super, super protection. I do believe that they, like I said, they take you through portals. It's a really amazing time. Like all this stuff that, it's just for certain witches. It's just for certain spiritual people. It's just for those people that are street. No, it's just for everyone. It's time for people to just wake up. Wake up, America. Wake up. Wake up, tribal people. Wake up. Wake up, Buddhist people. Wake up, Japanese people. Wake up, Puritan people. Wake up, Protestant people. Wake up, people. Wake up, wherever you are. Wake up. Everyone, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up and take a breath and smell life. Good life. I do sometimes feel psychically attacked, and I want to get this as well because a long time ago I have been visited by a gray and I didn't like it. It was out of my body and I didn't intend that. It's not my idea to. Maybe I will get books and read about astral travel since we do it anyway. That's why I say prayers and just say take care of myself while I'm learning at night, or asking and requesting, but not in a begging way. I do not advise any prayer. I do not support or invite or teach you or lend to you. Do not pray out of panic. Do not pray out of fear. Do not pray out of begging. You don't have to be on your knees. You are not a slave. You are equal to the divine because you come from divine consciousness. That's all you are. In a suit, having an experience, and we can change the suit and we can change a whole lot by embracing that power that they found. Remember, like those little, they look like 1914, 1950s little blurbs that you might see in kind of different funky stores. Did she use her power for good, or will she use it for evil? No, use it for good. And best you can when you find your words cursing, whatever. Do your best to embrace that, accept it, but turn it into humor. Or thank you for showing that you had that little bit to snag somebody or yourself even. Because our words go out there. And I've kind of known that, but it doesn't stop me from being a bitch myself. Maybe it doesn't stop you from being a bitch sometimes either, or a bad guy or whatever. But here's the deal. Wow, sound like you know who. Biden. But here's the deal. Here's how it goes. You get to choose how you want to create you, how you want to reinvent you, and to draw in all those invisible forces that are good to your life. And I'm going to say, for sure, good always wins. In movies, that doesn't always seem so, because they want us to stay in fear and forget. In life, we haven't always seen it so, because they want us to stay in fear and forget and division and be mindful of colors or the shape of eyes or the shape of bodies. Not that. We're all a divine blueprint from the most infinite power of the universe that is steadfast in the frequency of love, so bright, so impermeable, and yet so radiant and filling that evil can't stand it. Hey, Engage. Hello. I'm glad you found your show. Oh yeah, thank you. If you're listening, thank you for you. Engage Reiki. Did you hear the part? Let me know if you heard the part about Merkabas. I'll go over it a little bit. I don't mind. I'll address the Etsy. Etsy has lots of Merkabas, and this was my thing when I first saw them. I didn't know if the points matter or to see some rounded. I thought that detract from its energy field or whatever was achieved. But through Lily Shears, who's in Australia, who I'm getting a bunch of crystals from, because I'm running the show and I like the stuff, and I created a box and it's ready to be sent to me because of the money I spent, and it's all paid up. So the Merkaba, it doesn't matter. It's the intention first, and the intention by which it was created and put together as that field, those spinning triangles, mind, body, spirit. So no, I don't sell Merkabas right now. What I have are more like I have rose quartz hearts, and I have green tourmaline pendants. So I have some of those. I don't think they're too expensive. I don't remember the price off the top of my head. I think on my site, if they're not there, let me give you my email, because I don't know, honestly. I could have said $6.99. I could have said $9.99, whatever. But I tried to make it really not expensive, like that. But I wear one I made all the time. I even when I sleep, except when I take a shower. The Merkaba, I'm either want to turn this. Yeah, so the pointy one, I happen to see this near where I live at a place called Taproot Bookstores. Tracy is the owner. I mean, if you felt like calling Taproot Bookstore, I want to say, I think it's Worcester, but it could be West Boylston, Massachusetts. If you say the blonde that comes in and buys stuff, that blonde older lady, she'll know me, the one that does the like funky journals, because I was thinking of going down. She has bigger ones. I believe she's selling them for $18. They're about this big, and she has them in rose, just a few in rose quartz. And then I don't know exactly. They were a stone of multicolor, so they were like a combination stone. I don't remember the name. They were pretty. They were darker though. This one was lighter. I didn't see lapis, but it could have been lapis there. But I'm used to seeing quartz in the Merkaba, and I just like the point. I'd rather have the pointy. On Etsy, some of you go inside, you see like rounded. I know Elena Denan, if you follow her, person that talks about her abduction. She interviews a lot of people. She lives in Ireland, but she's French. So Elena Danan, Elena Danan. Elena Danan. She was one. She said she got it from Etsy. She said, "Don't ask her about Merkabas, whatever, because she didn't want to. I guess she doesn't sell them." But you can kind of see. You can get some just like this. You can get some, um, already just with a makeup, like something you could hang something through. But there are some different ones with different chains, and they're all different prices. So I think it depends on the size, on the price, because I mean I've seen some that are like $6 and some that go all the way up to $50. But there's just a whole bunch of combinations. You can just put in Merkaba and see that. This little one was $6 in her store, and I like that. And that's why I said if you wanted one right away, she has a little basket. I don't know how close she lives, maybe far away. But I'm sure she would send it to you. Or, I mean, I'm gonna actually after this talk, one of the things I want to do is see if I can actually make my own wire around it and turn it into a pendant. If I do, I'm gonna start selling them that way myself on my site. But at this time, I don't, so I don't want to mislead you, especially if you're in a hurry and whatever. Um, I told a friend I was going to buy him a one. He's been helping me sometimes with my computer. He's a cool kid. And he doesn't care if it's on a gold, silver chain, or whatever. Let's get him one as a present because he's really amazing. His name is Eunice. He's really amazing. So yeah. So anything else? And the Merkaba is, yeah, I would get it. I think they're really helpful. And I'll be having so my website on so I think in the description I did list it. So on Etsy, I am Coyote Heart Designs. I'll help you out here and just list it again. You probably hear that noise. Sorry about that. So that's that. I don't think it's on my I have a art website. I think it's kind of updated, but I'm not sure, which is just and usually I usually run that here and then on the bottom, but I didn't do the banner thing today. So RitaElizabeth.com. It should be up there for you. So I'll be selling crystals soon. I don't think I have all the capital I really need. I do have, my employee identification number like that. I want to do loose cheese, still sell my art, but that'll be called Crystal Whispers. I did not set up a separate Etsy page for that. I may put them all together. I'm not clear yet. I'm kind of going to give myself this weekend to figure out a little bit more. I am on Patreon. So there's a good chance what I'm going to do with my Patreon in art, which is Coyote Heart on Patreon. It's just, I don't even know if I'm Coyote Heart Designs. I have to go back to Patreon and check. I haven't fully posted all of those tiers. I give away stickers for a price. I'll give away a card, nice card for a price. With you go into a drawing every month to get a card anyway. So you'll get a card and you could win a card. But all the things I do, like the bath scrubs, that will probably be on the Etsy. And I'm going to incorporate that in my Patreon. Also, a little bit of Oracle work, Oracle card work, which I love my Oracle cards. And Reiki, I do Reiki. So sometimes I might come on and say, I have my Reiki on. I'm going to aim it at you for a little bit like that. So you'll have it. What else? Yeah, get in touch with me. I think did I give you my website? I thought my website was up here. Let's see. Let's see if I can find a banner that has my website on it. Yeah. So there's how do I get rid of this? I can see this. Whoops. Is there a chat? Okay. I don't know if you're still here. I All right, there you are. Sorry about that. I'm learning how to press the buttons. So you're very welcome. Is there something else I can answer for you to help you out in any way, or lead you to someone else who would be of service to you? Very glad to share that information with you. Whatever you would like. But yeah, I want to start because I can rap. So okay, sure. Yeah, the Oracle deck I have right now called me. It was a Oracle deck that Magenta Pixie uses. It just was the first one that I was looking up a lot on my own, which was a gazillion, getting me confused. And then there was, sorry everybody, if I ever see this again, I'm talking to someone in my chat, which is really great. And I invite any conversation for anybody who sees this later. It really called me. And as I started to look on Etsy, actually, Engage Reiki, as I started to look on Etsy, I saw cards that actually were speaking to me. So there were 3 other decks, but this is the deck that called me first. So I was really glad to get it. I did happen to get it through Evil Amazon, and it came sooner than later, but it was also in a couple of weeks anyway, by 3 weeks, I got those. But they just, the Oracle cards work different, right, than the tarot cards. But I'm glad to have them and I'm glad they speak to me. They're just on my bureau by the selenite right now. I haven't used them in a couple of weeks, but I go by them every day, and I think I'm gonna have to put in cards soon and stuff. They just do to kind of keep supported. But yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do some show together. That'd be awesome. And also by then, maybe I'll even have all my crystals. Like I said, I have a few more crystals that I got from a local little place, but there's a couple, I didn't forget the name. They were close in color. I wanted to get them to mimic the chakra energy system. And when I'm not clear, I actually have some rocks that look to correlate with the energy system, so that when I'm doing Reiki, what I've found I like to do is not just aim my hands toward you. I like to, when someone has a request, actually kind of envision their body and see them on like the edge of my bed. So I don't have a Reiki, what do you call it? I used to have a Reiki a long time ago, table, which are beautiful and amazing. But I just envision the person and I'll put my crystals to over their chakras or where I think a certain crystal will go, and just work on them. That probably will go for 15 to 22 minutes easily, just because I'm not rushing the energy. And it's not my energy, it's the energy that creates worlds. And I'm hopeful, and I'm saying hopeful on purpose, that my intent is for sure people will receive and feel whatever will be uplifting to their hearts, to your hearts, that will really assist you in that day or the next few days to come. That there'll be some epiphany or some alignment that really feels soothing to you, because I would wish that for myself. And by the way, I'll mention one more thing, and you may like this Engage Reiki. I'm not sure where you are in the world. Tomorrow, I'm going to my second session at the Lightfield Foundation, which is in Chester, Mass. So I think I'm going to write that down. So you can see this, everyone. Whoops. F-I-E-L-D, and it's U-N. So it's really all one word, and here it wants to correct it. So you can find it as lightfoundation.com. It is in Chester, Mass. They do remote healings as well. They do work with you financially. I know if you go to the website of www.lightfieldfoundation.com, they'll show you what they charge. So a session of an hour, 15 minutes, it is supposed to be, I believe, I want to say 90. I think I could be wrong. Then after that, it's 65 or 30. However, there's a condition. The condition is a pay it forward. And the pay it forward is an act of generosity and heart, whatever you can do. If you can, donate dollars, whatever they are, you don't adhere to the 30. No one cares. I mean, if you have a dollar, 20 or 25 or 45 or whatever you have, bring it. If you don't sweat. Let it go, chill. Bring your heart and intention because they want people to know about this quantum healing device that was more than likely Palladian assisted by its originator. And so it works on sacred geometry, light, sound, and it works in your human consciousness field to perform whatever upgrades you need. Now, I'm only going for the second time, and because I'm nearing an hour here, I won't go into everything. I did experience sensations and other things in my body and to my body while I was in the light field. But I'm going for a second time. I'm still feeling open about it to receive. I will set intentions, probably very similar to what I had going the first time, whatever they were and wherever I said them. Because I am, whether it's selfish or selfful, I absolutely want to receive. And in the gifts that I receive, and as I clear myself, I'm here as a steward to pass it out to the world. I'm probably a very unusual steward in the sense that I don't feel like being all woo-woo all over you. I feel like being someone who knows something about current events and what's going on. I know how to transmute. I know how to feel my feelings and transmute those, so I embrace whatever change I need to and exponentially be that in the world, partner together with whatever knowledge I have from the world, and then in this ascension path of becoming more expansive, pull it all together. And that you can actually find, I believe, said by Magenta Pixie, not in that way, but I was doing that without her saying. And sometimes I do get a little bit sensitive, like, okay, am I doing the right thing to actually ascend and be like an angel and help the world, or what? And, sometimes you can get too, you can get too worried about something. And it's like, stop, take a breath. You know how you intend. You know where your true heart is. You know what you really want to do, and you know where you're into your fixes or you're wanting to be even more than you are, and embrace that. So go with it. Be gentle and kind. There are moments we all slip and we eat. But it's a learning and a practice every day, like brushing your teeth or taking a swig of kombucha. So I hope that you will email me, Engage Reiki, and anyone else out there that needs any questions and answered or pointed in a direction. I'm glad to give you my suggestions or perspective. Please use your own discernment. You were here to be powerful, to not just be fed, spoon-fed the liquid. You can. That's your choice. Yeah. And we have been like that for quite some time, too, on certain things. But we wanted to fit in, belong, get along, and maybe not make a wave and, just try to hold on to our own identity. But that's kind of over. To hold on to your identity means to be it. To be it, however loud, however silent, however strong, however mild. Be you. I mean, be kind. Be kind. Right. My little coyote heart just loves you. Reach out, and I'll be sending you Reiki. Yeah. I can, once you get in touch with me, Engage Reiki, I can give you a little more information too, if you wish, on the foundation or anyone else out there. I had a friend in Newburyport who did also have a session, a remote session, and she hasn't shared with me anything that she may have felt a sensation, but I believe she may have, but it's not, you don't need to tell me anything that's happened. That is certainly a private thing and a growth thing for you, and that's meant for you as a gift to you, from them to you in that exchange. But they're very, very great. Also, by the way, anyone out there, at the Lightfield Foundation, there is a woman who's the manager. Her name is Marika Ray. And she does have a business, which I'm going to put here and promote her. And I think it's called Zero reset. And I don't remember if it's zeroreset.org. It could be very well zeroreset.org or zeroreset.com. Her name is Marika Ray, not to be confused with Aurora Ray, who sometimes posts, and other people that are rays of light that post. She has worked with angels for a very, very long time. She does remote healing. I wish she did in a person. She does a remote. She does a lot of clearing of blockages. I have a friend who's been working with her for a while and has helped her quite immensely. And by the way, this friend has also said that between her and using the light field, she can see her sight, does not have to have glasses, and other things have progressed in a good way. So no real, well, how can I put this? Sometimes energy workers, healers, light bearers could get in trouble by saying, I cure this. So rather than say that, of course, they're going to say things like, you may experience the healing that you've asked for, and certainly I wish that, or this type of modality has been known to assist in complete healings, but I can't say that so that my business won't get shut down, or people will mishear, misinterpret, or be jealous. So they'll say things like that, and sometimes there are even disclosures saying, consult your doctor, consult your practitioner, your health advisor, etc. There will become a day when that will not be necessary, because we are the healers within and without. And what all Reiki does, or any of these modalities, is just enhance your desire for that alignment and attunement to take place. Because you are more than likely a Pleiadian, an Arcturian, an Andromedan, Syrian, a Lyran, here, whatever other name. You are probably reincarnate here now. And you have that power. And I'm working on that too, because I'm like, hey, let it rain. I'm all for it. So looking forward to engaging with you. I hope that was helpful to you. You're powered by the stars and my little Kylie heart. I love you. Reach out. I'm here for you. Bye. Bye.